Well, welcome back to Victory and Glory. This is your host, ID Jester. We are in the process of playing this wonderful board game that's designed just right. It's got some complexity to it, which you'll see here when we start looking at battles a little bit more in depth. You'll see a lot of strategy involved. You only have a certain amount of activations, you have cards you can play, so lots of strategic decisions. Really well put together, well designed game. And of course, if you're interested, you can find out more information at the Matrix Games website. This is going to be a problem. If this guy comes down into Denmark, this guy has got to get his forces together over here. Anyways, well, welcome back. Let's see what we can do here. We're going to end our turn. Recruit minor nation troops. Recruit 2 infantry tribes from Lusavel in Madrid to roll, or Austria if French troops are already there. So we can either recruit in Warsaw or in... We're going to select that card because we're going to try to get this territory. 2 political points were used to lower Prussia's opinion of us. And he is putting quite an army together in there, but it's not going to help him because we are going to go in there, we're going to completely mess him up. So he's going to have how many units in there? He's got quite a bit, which is a little annoying. He's got an army of 20 and an army of 17, and Russia's coming in with a couple armies as well. This game is not starting off as well as I would have liked. Alright, so we have 5 activations. So let's bring this leader up there, and then combine these guys together. That's 1. I can bring this guy up and this guy back. These guys need to come. Alright, we have 3 remaining, which means this guy will come here and combine with that guy. So we've got 2 very powerful armies staring off one another. We have 2 activations left. If you right click on a unit, it'll tell you we got 1 light artillery. That's all we have in that army, huh? We need to get some more artillery. Yes, this guy's coming up to help. So we have 1 left. Of course, you know what that means. We're going to be bringing up Napoleon. We have to kick him out of Vienna because the longer they're at war with us, the more chance Russia brings her units over. Alright, so lots to talk about here. So we're going to do that before we actually start. So here's the enemy lines, and here are their reinforcements and their leaders. Same thing with us. We have to position our units. Then there is like a neutral zone here. You can move units from here into here. Some units like infantry can only shoot 1 space, so these guys are here. They can't shoot back into here. There is a left, a center, and a right flank. If any one of those sections are broken, then you rout the enemy and win the battle. We'll each have a certain number of activations up here at the top, and that'll tell us how many units we get to use during the battle. The better your leader, I believe, the better number of activations you get. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He only has 3. So remember, this guy we made into a horse archer because it has a little thing in the corner, which means he will shoot twice. So the question is, do we want that double action here, or do we want to spread these guys out? That is a very, very tough decision. I think we're going to spread it out because he's got a 3 over here and only a 1 over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our 3 there and our 1 there and put our other 1 there. And of course you want some cavalry with your guys as well, because there is some maneuvers you can use. We'll talk about that here in a second. And then of course you want your infantry. So we're going to fill out our ranks with infantry. Or do we want another cavalry? You could put another cavalry here. Have 2 cavalry. Really push the center. No, I don't think we want to push. I think we're going to hold our cavalry back. So we'll bring this guy up. If you have artillery, cavalry, and infantry in one section, you get a combined arms bonus for attack. Before the battle starts, there are battle cards you can play. We have Napoleon's Genius, which gives us different events that we can use. We actually have a Grand Battery card. If we right-click, it'll tell us what that does. Basically what it does is all of our infantry units get a free attack on the enemy. So they would all get a free attack before the battle even commences, which could do some serious damage to the enemy. You know what? I really, because he's got another really big army here, I don't need to lose anybody. Let's play that battle card and play Grand Battery. This battle event will allow all artillery units in the front line to have a free attack before the battle properly begins. Remember that you may move units from the front line back to reserves and vice versa freely before the first round of combat is started. Okay. So there we go. So we get a free attack. And what's going to happen is we just left click and then right click, left click on the enemy we want to attack. And then some of the results we'll look at here in just a second. So artillery can shoot 2 spaces or 1 space. Cavalry can move a space and still attack. Infantry will move a space and be done. You can also bring units from the reserve, so if I move this guy up and attack, I could then, with my next activation, move a unit into there. So we're going to go ahead and fight. Bad news for the enemy. You did not know this, but we have Napoleon here. This is the first battle of Essling here. So we're going to select it, and of course, take out his artillery. Oh my gosh, he's got 5 artillery? Wow. So D means he is disrupted, so he doesn't fight as well. We disrupted him and we routed him. So he's been routed off the battlefield. Now you can spend command points to rally your units and bring them back, but it costs you 2 points. So if Charles here, if we look at Archduke Charles here, if he decides to try and rally this guy, he's going to lose 2 points. He'll go down to 3. So that's why Napoleon's so powerful, because we can rally many units back to the battlefield. Alright, let's see if we can do something with this. Come on! Nothing. Alright, so we've got a couple disrupted units before the battle even starts. Now it'll go by initiative. You can see up here at the top we have 12 activations. They have 10 activations. So we have more activations than they have. So now it's back to square one. We didn't use any of our units up, so we get to try and attack. So if you mouse over it, it'll actually show you what kind of attack you're looking at. So average attack -1. This is an average attack +1. Here's an average attack +1. Average attack +1, so you can kind of get a general feel for what kind of attack. And you will notice there's a whole bunch of different ratings you get. So quality, command rating, defender's support rating, defender's disrupted, not adjacent, etc. There'll be a whole bunch of different attacks. So we're going to start, we have to try to take out his artillery. And we routed that one, very good. Now he gets to go, so he used an activation to bring in his artillery, but he only gets to move them one space, and they are spent. So now we need to get rid of this guy. We will try to do that. So E is eliminated. We have killed off this unit. It will die and not come back. Routed units may come back. Eliminated units will not come back. So we're off to a good start here. We get to go again. So let's try and get rid of this other artillery over here. We routed them as well. So we're off to a really good start. Napoleon does give you quite a bit of advantage. You'll notice when we're fighting with some of our other generals, it's not quite as good. So now we're at 9 and 9 activations each. Of course, we are going to use our artillery. We could wait, because he's got to bring his artillery in, and if he does bring it in here, we would be able to attack it. What kind of attack do we get there? We do need to take out his cavalry. Number one, you want to take out the enemy's artillery. And then you want to take out their cavalry. And then, of course, their infantry would be last. You want to keep your artillery most important, and keep your cavalry second most important, and then lastly, your infantry. So we could actually move up some units. He would have to bring some units down. Question is, do we want to push on his flank and risk it? I don't think so, because we're going to have the artillery advantage. So I'm going to just shoot. So unless he starts pushing his units up, we're gonna pass initiative. So that's where he brought his unit over there. Probably a smart move by the computer. Okay. So right now, unless he brings units forward or we bring units forward, he hasn't spent anybody. So if we bring this guy into the middle, he will just blast him with all of his guys, and we'll end up taking lots of damage. So there's no sense in us pressing the initiative, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 artillery. He has 1. So if we don't come up forward, and he never comes up forward, eventually we can just sit here and blast him with our cannons. Now he'll realize that, and he'll have to start pushing people forward, but when he does that, that's when we can just start shooting him. So we're going to pass the initiative. Let him bring in some more units, that's fine. Notice they come out of your reserves. And there we go, that's the end of the round. So now, all the disrupted units will get a chance to roll to see if they become undisrupted, which they did. And then you can use your command points to try and rally your units. You have to stay and fight at least 2 rounds, just like ship, before you can retreat. And we don't need to make any adjustments. We'll fight the next round. We get to go first. Unfortunately, his artillery's over here. But in the meantime, you know what? Let's shoot it. We eliminated it, so he no longer has any artillery whatsoever. So we are in a very good position. Next thing we want to do is just focus fire down his cavalry units. And the reason we want to do that is if he decides to run away and he doesn't have any cavalry to block his retreat, we will run them down and do lots of extra damage. So we will start here and start. He's been routed, excellent. And then No damage. Notice we've gone a couple times in a row. Again, is randomly determined. We'll use our other auxiliary. And again, I'm just going to pass initiative until he decides to come after us. He's going to have to push initiative, or again, we're just going to just take him out long range. So he's running out of cavalry as well. This is very good for us. Yes, we'll fight another round. So we eliminated his cavalry. Now that's ultra important, because what we're going to do is we're going to start pushing up our units to show you another maneuver you can do. Now, do I want to do that? Yes, I will show you. Okay, so this is a good example because he doesn't have too much. We might have another activation after this. So again, I can move and then I can still attack his cavalry. Infantry can only move or attack. You can also move side to side or front to back from your reserves if I wanted to take this guy out because I don't want him to get damaged or whatever. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to move him there. And then I'm going to move him, and what happens when cavalry goes and attacks infantry, think of it like in the old Wild West days where the Indians would kind of circle around the enemies and they would just form into like a little circle or square. That's what they did back in the 1800s as well. So when the cavalry comes in, the cavalry, you know, is just a motion and they're going around. So they form into a square to kind of, you know, prevent them from being flanked or anything like that. Problem with that is when they're a square, they're very vulnerable to other attacks. So as cavalry, we're going to try and move him up. And notice he now has a square box there, which means he's in the square formation. So what I'm going to do now is move these guys up. And I'm going to go again and move my cavalry here. And then I'm going to move my infantry up. Yeah. I did get a shot at us. He got another shot. But notice they got quality of 1. They have a quality again of 2. Notice this is not how many units or how many step losses you can take or anything like that. This is just the quality of the unit. He's actually disrupted himself shooting at us, which happens. So I'm going to bring this guy up as well. We get to go again. All right, well, time for some more fun. Nothing that time, unfortunately. All right, he's disrupted. That is good. Get to go again. What is this? This is an elite infantry. Yes, we want to take that guy out. Disrupted him. That is it. So we will pass the initiative. He shot there. Ended up not doing much because he's in the square formation. Only a few guys in the front are shooting, so didn't do much damage. Then we will pass the initiative again. Pass. All right, end of the round. Let's see if he decides to retreat. Yes, he does. So he is preparing his pursuit now. Since he ran away, only cavalry units that are not disrupted or routed can try and prevent us from coming in and chasing his units down and doing a lot more damage to him. That's why you want to take out his cavalry units if you can. And what will happen is if we choose to pursue him, we will get to all these units will get to do attacks, and his unit will get to do attacks on us. Problem is he could end up killing one of our cavalry units or several of us. So it's a decision you have to make. But because we have 5-to-1 advantage, I am going to initiate pursuit. So the enemy scored a hit. We only scored one hit, which is unfortunate. So we lost a cavalry unit. He lost a cavalry unit, and that is it. The army has won a crushing victory at the Battle of Essling. The enemy army withdrew in disgrace. Their glory knows no bounds. So we lost one cavalry, he lost 2 cavalry and 2 artillery. And that is that. So he must retreat. We do get an event card for winning it, and we'll look at that here in a minute. Now he is retreating with this unit as well. So we have no more activations. We are in Vienna. And I believe what happens now with the new 1.0.1 patch, it used to just be automatic, that once you own the capital, it would automatically fall. I believe now, with the new patch, every turn that you have units there, there's a chance it falls. It's not just an automatic thing. So we have no more activations. Let's look at our cards we just picked up. Recruit 2 units from the available the Grand Duchies of Warsaw if it's a member of the French. No, it's not. Recruit minor nation troops to occupy. So recruit 2 infantry units from Madrid, Tyrol. Alright, so none of those are good options. If we get up here, Tyrol. But we do have an option, Bavaria. So if we could get units there, that would be very good. So that's why moving here, oh no, he's going to have to move down and around. All right, we will see. But our turn is over. So that's major land combat. When you have minor land combat, which means nobody has an army that is size higher than 7, I believe, then it's just a minor battle. And the rules are a little bit different. And we'll look at that when it happens. So, yeah, we're done. September, October, yep. The U.S. purchase of Louisiana. The French player may recruit 2 units in France. Oh, skirmishers. So, Imperial units may not be upgraded to skirmishers, but we could upgrade 2 units of regular infantry to skirmishers. Or we would get 2 units. These are 2 really good cards. I think we want to upgrade to the skirmishers, though. Skirmishers are pretty good. So I'll talk to you what skirmishers do when we do the upgrade. So he's going to create another army here, mass his units, and he's going to come back in and try to mess with us here, I bet. Right now he's just combining armies together. Here he comes. Of course we're going to defend. The last battle went very well. What do you got this time? Alright, so put you in the center. This is a heavy artillery. That is also a heavy artillery, so it doesn't matter. Put you over there. We're going to bring this guy there. We're going to have the same format as before. Unfortunately, we won't get our free attack to begin with. Could bring in another cavalry here, though. Nope, nope. I think we'll play it a little bit safer. Alright, let's see what happens. Alright, well, first things first, take that artillery out if you can, please. Disrupted. Ah, he's come forward. Alright, so he's going to be pressing our left flank. We get an excellent attack because he's moved. Shoot him. Shoot him. We disrupted ourselves. Oh, this left flank is not going very well. Alright. Disrupt this guy. Hit him. Okay, well. Shoot. Pass initiative. Did bring his cavalry down. He brought his elites down. We disrupted him, which is good. Average attack, good attack. Oh, we eliminated his cavalry. That is huge. Okay. Good attack. Oh, we routed them. Excellent. Alright, so now we can move our units up or pass. I think we're just going to pass. Oh, no. Oh, okay, now we waited till we used up all of our activations. Oh, and eliminated our cavalry. He disrupted himself, which is excellent. Alright, so a couple units got killed, and we're going to fight. Alright, this is a much tougher battle. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I did not mean to take that guy back there. Is there an undo? Damn it. There's not an undo. Shoot. That's going to cost us big time. I forgot. I keep wanting to click off on the unit. When I got him highlighted, I mean to click off him. I don't want to do it that way. Alright, so we do have... Try and square that guy up. Alright, and now you will notice the big difference. When they're square, we have a +10. When they're not square, we only have a +5. So much big difference. So let's use a crushing attack. Eliminate that guy. Nothing. Ooh, we routed his artillery. That is good. We are now going to bring in... Should we bring in our elite guard, or should we bring in some more cavalry? I think we'll bring in a cavalry. And then we will try and take out the rest of his artillery. We routed it. I'd like to see that. Thank you. So average attack, excellent attack, average. The only advantage is we can square up one of these guys here. There we go. We'll square it up, which gives our other units a bonus. There is a chance that your unit becomes disrupted when you do that, but now you can see a much better crushing attack on the enemy. Eliminated it. Alright. We have excellent attack there. Nothing. Pass the initiative. Let's square this guy. And now we should be able to, yes, have a much better attack against him. Unfortunately, it didn't work. So, oh, damn it. He's eliminated some very good units. Cavalry and our elite horse artillery units. That is not good. Alright, we will double click. Notice Napoleon went from 12 to 10, so he spent 2 of his points bringing this guy back. We're going to fight another round. This one has been a little more problematic. So if we go there, average, good attack. We go there, and then I should immediately be able to go square that guy out. We're gonna run out of. Oh, he brought his artillery up. That is dangerous, dangerous. Yes, let's try and eliminate that artillery. I don't like it being so close. Eliminated it. Good. Get rid of that cavalry. Disrupted units cannot engage. He can't bring him up and attack. So that's another deficit of disrupted units. They can't come in and do some more attacks. So I'm going to put the game on pause for a second. I will be back, and we'll see if we can finish this fight here.